I'd like to welcome you back to Eastern Cryptid Encounters. Today's story comes from a guy who says, I think I saw the devil himself. And he starts out by saying, Hello, Kim. I want to start out saying, I love your channel and what you're trying to do. I love listening to all your stories and encounters because I believe you're real and not out to get famous. And I'm not. I'd like to share my encounter I had this year in Kentucky. Me and my wife decided to go camping this year, and we decided to go to the Land Between the Lakes campground. We have a small camper we pull along with us, so my wife feels safe. She's not a full outdoors lady like I am. We got to our campsite on a Monday because we thought it would be less crowded, and boy was it. We were the only camper in sight, which was fine with me, but my wife wasn't as happy. We got there and set up and got the grill set up and just the normal stuff. Now, we're close to the lake there, so we went down and did a little fishing early and caught us some dinner. After I cleaned them, my wife did the cooking, and they turned out great. Now, as far as the LBL, I've heard the stories and read about all the sightings that were here, and that is one reason I decided to come here. As far as my wife, well, she really doesn't believe in all that stuff. So after dinner, we decided to sit around the little fire pit we had and just enjoy the great outdoors. Now, it was dark that night. Not a single light or noise as far as I could see, so I said, what the hell? I started talking about Bigfoot encounters with my wife, and I could tell she was starting to get a little frightened. But when else was I going to get the chance to spook her? Even though I knew I would regret it later. So after making her mad for about an hour, I decided to go in the camper to use the bathroom while she stayed outside just enjoying the fire, and she wanted to clean up a bit from our dinner trash. I was sitting there in the bathroom when I heard her starting to move around and wrestling when she let out a very loud scream and started yelling at me as she was running inside the camper door. I jumped up, pants down to my knees, and slammed the door open to the bathroom, saying, What is wrong with you? She was white as my toilet paper. I kept saying, What is wrong with you? All she could say is, Big dog, big dog. I said, Where did you see a big dog? She said, Outside the camper. It was huge. I said, Okay, let's calm down. It's probably someone's dog. She said, No, I've never seen a dog that big. So I said, Okay, stay inside, and I'll go out and see if I can run it off. So I went outside with my gun and shined the flashlight around for a few minutes and didn't see anything. I hollered back inside and said, It must be gone now, hun, and I no more than said that when I heard a howl. That raised every hair I had left on my head. Then I heard another howl closer this time. I shined the light that way, and I saw what looked like a huge black dog standing there probably 40 to 50 feet away, growling. I said, Sweet Jesus, what is that? About that time, it stood up on two legs. Yes, I said two legs. And let out a howl that I felt inside my body. I raised my gun fast and just unloaded on it. It let out a loud whining noise and took off running one way, and I took off running the other inside the camper. We called the local sheriff's office and told them what happened, and After a few minutes, they finally dispatched an officer to that area, and once he got there, it wasn't long till the wildlife officer showed up. After the officer took my statement, he went and talked to the wildlife guy and told him what had happened, and the wildlife guy didn't seem to believe me. I told him to go to the spot where it was standing and look for blood, because I knew I had hit him. We walked over there and saw some paw prints and small amounts of fur with some blood, but after all that, he just said, I probably shot a coyote or something. If that was a coyote, I guess he was on steroids, I told him. So, needless to say, we packed up there fast while the officer stayed till we did. The police officer walked over to me right when we was ready to leave and said, I believe you. I've seen one of those creatures myself, not too long ago. He said I was on another call in this area for about the same thing, only this time, on my way here, I seen one run across the road in front of me. I know my dash camera caught it on film, but later that night, the wildlife officer showed up and took the footage away before I could view it. So they know there is something out here, but will not admit to it. I thought that was so nice of that police officer to tell me that. So guys, they are real. They are here. Now to what they are, I don't know. But they're big. I'd say this dog was about 300 pounds. I hope everyone will enjoy my encounter. And I sent a pic along with my encounter to show everyone what I saw. After hours of searching online, I come across the one pic that made goosebumps come all over me. This is the closest thing that I saw online to describe what I seen. This is what I saw. Hope you guys enjoyed this encounter. And if y'all have any opinions on this one as to what you think it could have been, I mean, the only logical explanation is Dogman. That's my opinion. So please feel free to leave your comments at the bottom. I'd like to hear from all you guys. Hope everyone has a great evening. So stay tuned for more encounters to come. And everyone have a great night. Thank you.